And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Kemba Walker?
Well, defensively, he's a ball hawk. I mean, that mixture of anticipation and quick, strong hands makes him a threat to pick off a basketball any time from a ball handler.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
Taking a look at Orlando. And with the worst record in the NBA, they simply don't have the talent to win that many ball games.
Kevin, I have not been able to quite identify what the problem's been for this team, but obviously neither have they because they continue to struggle. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's been a dead end.
Well, effort is not the problem. I mean, that's been there for them all along, but I think they're not necessarily using everybody in the right way. It seems like some of the players aren't comfortable in the roles they're in, so there may be some adjustments to be made by this coaching staff to get this club going.
Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, one of the bright spots last year for Charlotte was the fact that Kemba Walker showed a lot of leadership with that team. I thought he had a marked improvement from his rookie season, and a lot of it had to do just with his confidence.
Well, Clark, and back to Walker. Last season averaging about 18 points and 6 assists. Do you think he's more of a scoring point guard or a passer?
I think he's a guy who has to play off of his ability to score to create opportunities to pass. I think he's one of those guys that is most effective when he's attacking and looking to score because that sets up his ability to pass and really helps his team, I think, get easier shots.
Nelson with it. He's picked up by Walker. A shot. Nelson, no luck.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Henderson passes to Walker. And so just over a minute and a half played. And here's Henderson. Here's Zeller. And Davis sends it back. It's Nelson up top, defended by Kid Gilchrist. From 15 feet away, misses off the left iron.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And the jam by Gerald Henderson.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
For 3, Nelson. And yes, sir, that one drops. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
When the Magic made the big trade they did to send an unhappy Dwight Howard away, everybody thought they'd be the doormat of the league, and that wasn't quite the case. They were able to sneak up on some teams early and had enough talent to battle others late.
Orlando leading by 4. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Orlando moving the ball around. It's stolen by Jefferson. Feeds to Henderson. It's rebounded by Vucevic. And as good as their season appeared early on, the Magic did eventually cool off and teams were able to overpower them. Steve, early on, they definitely caught teams off guard, I thought, and were playing well above themselves.
I agree, Kevin. They executed really well. They would run a Flalo and Redick off those screens. And Vucevic was a surprise, a really good young player down low. But they've got to continue to build this roster in order to compete at the highest level.
Here's Zeller after the made shot from Harris. 6 to shoot. Here's Walker. Can't hit from the elbow.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. And he slams it one-handed.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. I mean, that was a very late reaction from the defense there.
Now the feed to Aflalo. Nelson working on Walker. Nelson dishes to Aflalo. Nelson, guarded by Walker. Nelson, no luck.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Henderson passes to Kid Gilchrist. He kicks to Zeller, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Zeller. Ben Gordon's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Sessions subbed in for Kemba Walker. And here's a follow for three. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got... Three assists in the game. Now Sessions, averaging 14 points a game. Pulls from the top of the key. They get the rebound. Biombo uses the glass to finish the layup. Biombo's got his first basket of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
NBA preseason action continues.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Magic.
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Charlotte, their last game, a win against Cleveland.
And I think everybody who was at that game would agree it was their defense that really won it for them.
Yeah, they were all over the place, flying all over the court on deep. The kind of hustle that pays off big time for you.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic start in the second. Nelson is flanked by Oladipo in the backcourt. Aflalo is out there with Andrew Nicholson, and it's O'Quinn in at the 5.
You know, coming into the league, Michael Kidd Gilchrist was the small forward who could give you a little bit of everything. And that's exactly what he did in his rookie season with the Bobcats.
Oladipo off the pick from O'Quinn. Out to Nelson. The 3. It's rebounded by McRoberts. Bobcats trail by 3. Sessions gets a screen from McRoberts. And they call an illegal screen here. And you think of the comparisons for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. He reminds a lot of people of Gerald Wallace. What about
I like
you?
that comparison, quite honestly. Wallace probably the best pop player in Bobcats franchise history, Kevin, and both terrific athletes with major motor. Guys that you didn't have to rev up. Good defenders and rebounders. I think that's a realistic comparison.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Count the bucket.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, on draft night, a lot of people thought the Bobcats would go big, and they did just that. The question, however, was who would they take? And the answer ended up surprising many. It was Cody Zeller. They said the reason why they like Zeller was his surprising athleticism, which often goes unnoticed. And if you watch him move out there, he is very athletic, guys.
Yeah, an NBA body from day one. Thank you, Doris. Here's O'Quinn, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play. Well, in terms of his value to the team, you have to factor in his sheer competitiveness, the way he just competes every possession like the game depends on it.
And that's contagious, Steve, and I know his teammates love playing with him because of that competitive spirit.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bobcats. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando.
Well, they took the season series from this club a year ago, but then again, Almost everybody did.
Bobcats trail by 4. He dishes it to Gordon. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Orlando's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Mark, let's be honest here. I doubt either team is shooting for the playoffs.
Kevin, I'm always honest. That's the only way that I roll. They might say they are, but sometimes you need a reality check. That said, we've seen amazing turnarounds in the past. It could happen with one of these guys.
Sessions with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Nelson with the steal. Here's Oladipo. And the shot is good. And the Magic lead by 6. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against Dallas.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. The guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. There's Gordon with the 3. Shot is off. And Orlando the other way now.
Well, the Bobcats really struggled to score the ball, so no surprise that when it came to three-point shooting last year, they were near the bottom of the league in that category. They just could not make teams pay for leaving them open outside.
Aflalo kicks to Nelson. 3-pointers off the mark.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these 3. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Nick Roberts dishes to Sessions. Pass to Gordon. 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. Left block shot on the way. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And you look at Charlotte, not a lot of guys who you would think you have to worry about from beyond the arc, Steve, and so everybody played them tight.
Yeah, it all ties together, Kevin, with the interior play, because when you don't have to worry about anybody on the roster, and you don't have to double team, you can guard everybody around the three-point line. That's why they struggle from out there.
And the call will be against Jameer Nelson. That's foul number 2 for him. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Zeller comes in for Josh McRoberts. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And it's Kemba Walker in for Sessions.
Easy little jump shot for him right there, guys.
Nelson kicks to Oladipo. Back to Nelson. The dish to Oladipo. The pass to Nicholson. He's against Zeller. Feeds to Oladipo. With the fadeaway. A rebound by Jefferson.
This guy's a good three-point shooter, but that was probably from a little bit too far.
Yeah, not what I would call working to get the best shot either.
Outside, Walker. Outside, Gordon. From outside the arc. Kept alive. The kick out to Walker. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Magic.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Hello, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and the halftime report is coming for the Celtics.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We've seen Aaron Aflalo really having a great game.
Wow, the threes have just been dropping for him. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Could not have been a more productive day for him from long range.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Charlotte, at the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Perry in the backcourt, it's Walker and Henderson, and it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And, you know, out of St. John's, Mo Harkless taken 15th in the 2012 draft by the Sixers, but went to Orlando in the Dwight Howard trade, and not a bad situation. He got consistent playing time in his rookie season.
But they'll get another chance. It's stolen by Lamb. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Harkless kicks to Lamb. He trains the quick shot. Lamb's got the first basket of the second half here for the Magic. Bobcats trail by 6, and Harkless played out of position of power forward at St. John's. We knew about his athleticism and potential defensive, but Steve, his transition to the 3 offensively was a question mark.
But he showed increasing confidence knocking down the three-point shot as his rookie season went on. So I think he's shown signs that he's a possible contributor at both ends of the floor.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, it certainly seemed the Magic were to be lost after Dwight Howard, but they have quickly turned things around. The development of their young players last year and nabbing the #2 overall pick in the draft helped speed that process. They took Victor Oladipo and now have a fantastic collection of young talent. We'll see how quickly they can get back to the postseason, guys.
Well, they didn't get it done last season, Doris, but they're hoping with the revamped roster, this will be the year. Here's Davis, hits the jump hook. Davis has got his first 2 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
No question. Pound it into the painted area and continue to put pressure on that defense.
Charlotte calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
4 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Walker.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
Well, for the Bobcats, some tough luck in the lottery the last few seasons. They had the worst record in 12, but they missed out on Anthony Davis. The second worst record last season, but they fell to the 4th pick. And they need so much help, but the lottery fortune hasn't gone their way.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And, Clark, you mentioned the struggles last year for the Bobcats. Last season, the worst defense, 2nd worst in rebounding, and Steve, the 3rd worst in offense.
They just didn't have enough talent. It's been a long struggle for this team the last few years, and the roster is starting to grow, it's starting to build, but there's still a lot of work to be done in Charlotte.
Drop that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Passes it to Lamb. And he nails the jumper. Lamb's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Bobcats trail by 5. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. Henderson passes to Walker. Dishes to Henderson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bobcats will retain possession. And one of the trademarks of the many best point guards in the league, their ability to score in addition to distribute. So here now a look at the top scoring point guards this season. 5th best, Kemba Walker.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in the league. To see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Yeah, it's wacko. That's sort of the era we're in right now, though. A point guard who consistently takes things into his own hands is far more common than it used to be. Some people may not like it, but that's the way of the modern NBA. Change is inevitable, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, and as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
Here's Jefferson, banked in off the glass. Jefferson's got 6 points.
He's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Well, the Magic ended up with just 20 wins on the season, which would be the worst record in the NBA last year, but they at least weren't dead last when it came to wins on the road. Still tied, though, for third worst in the league.
While we have a chance to do so, let's take a look at some of the numbers for Al Jefferson. 14th in rebounding, and he's been quite an offensive threat, averaging enough points to put him in the top 20 in scoring.
And, you know, just to touch on that rebounding average again, Steve, I mean, he's a gritty player in the paint. Sandpaper-like. I mean, just makes it tough on other people. There's not much more than you can ask of him in that area.
When you're a team like the Magic last season trying to find an identity in a rebuilding year, you know, Steve, it can be hard to gel as a cohesive unit on the road.
Well, the whole year it seemed like, you know, a lot of the team was trying to figure out the kind of the nuances of the team dynamics, of the talent of the new coaching staff. And it's frustrating when you're just getting beaten up every night. But you got to go through that to grow as a group. And hopefully this team can be a little better on the road this season.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Henderson. And Walker kicks to Henderson. He passes to Jefferson. Tries from the block. No good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's the Magic leading by 6.
Friday, October 18th. Paul.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Davis at the 4 and Vucevic at the 5. Nelson is flanked by Oladipo in the back. And it's Afflalo in at the 3 spot.
You know, I love his consistency offensively. I mean, sometimes you just take guys like him for granted, assuming those great numbers are always going to be there. But he does it night in and night out, and it's just a huge asset for a team.
You would not categorize him as a streak shooter. Oh, no. He's dependable offensively. You need a bucket, he'll get it for you.
And Sessions kicks to McRoberts. Outside Gordon. And the shot is long.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Sessions against Nelson. Afflalo. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 5 assists tonight. Bobcats trail by 9. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They gotta find something, you're right. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Over the break, I listened in on what head coach for the Bobcats was getting across in their huddle. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Gerald Henderson. And it's Kemba Walker in for Ben Gordon. Magic leading by 9. Nelson kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Davis. Stolen by Walker. Kicks to Sessions. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. Shot's good by Walker.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Oladipo is covered by Sessions. Gets it to go. And that's now 6 points for Victor Oladipo. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Biombo. Back to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Good. Walker's got 4 points this quarter. Magic leading by 5. Nelson kicks to Oladipo. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Walker the pass to Sessions. Back to Walker. Out to Sessions. Just 5 on the clock. Lays out. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Charlotte making some changes. Jefferson comes in for Biombo. And it's Henderson for Sessions. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Nelson from outside. Second shot opportunity. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Charlotte calls timeout. They trail by 7. 1:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
And both free throws good for Jefferson.
Flawless trip to the free throw line that time. That gap just got a little narrow.
A follow outside. The feed to Oladipo. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Nelson. A follow outside. Lock at 6. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Oladipo. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Magic lead by 7.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Walker dishes to Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Walker. Nelson with the steal. Aflalo kicks to Nelson. Back to Aflalo. He dishes it to Nelson. And so it's Orlando winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me,